Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at Mob Psycho Episode 1. Now, I'll be honest with you guys and girls, I don't know if I'm going to do episodic reviews for the show. It's not that I'm going to say this right now, it's not that I think it's bad. I'm actually probably going to watch the whole thing. It's just very one of those shows that's kind of hard to do episodic reviews unless you do live reactions of stuff like this. I think it's kind of tough to do reviews of it like every episode. So I might do this episode review if it does really well, which I don't know how it's going to do because it's almost 11 o'clock at night. But if it does very well, I will do a second review, of course, of it, see how that does, and then I'll keep doing episodic reviews somehow for this. But if not, expect this episode and the last one for it because I'm honestly not going to probably do episodic reviews for this. Most likely, that's how it's going right now. But anyways, so we're introduced to some very interesting imagery in the beginning of where we see this black silhouette fighting these weird, almost like demonic kind of weird creatures. You have one that looks really like a half skeleton jester. You have one that looks like a dog spirit thing, and you have one that looks like a lemon. It kills all of them instantly with like very little effort. And we're introduced to, and then later on is actually this other guy who he claims he is a head of a group of people that are psychics essentially, and he has one specific person under him, and his job is to help anyone that is dealing with psychic issues like other creatures or spirits and stuff like that. That's his job to do that. Now he actually goes and finds a psychic creature that this weird giant spirit thing that he has to deal with. Luckily his student comes in, who we saw earlier on, who is the actual main protagonist of this, called Kageyama Shigo, or also as known as Mob. Now, I'm going to call him Mob for the rest of this thing because honestly, that name is ridiculous to even say. But Mob over here is a super powerful psychic, and luckily for the guy who actually runs the facility, is able to use powers because, as we learn pretty fast, he has no powers. But I'll go into that more later on toward the end of the episode. Now, they actually end up getting a big job, which is a tunnel is full of apparently psychic activity from spiritual creatures and ghosts alike. So they go in there, and Mob shows off his powers right away by blowing up everything, and they actually end up running into the actual boss. And right away, luckily, guess what? Oh, we have this other character able to actually use some super powerful tech. Oh no, he can't actually use any powerful tech. He's again useless. This is actually where it shows right here that he uses salt as a means of actually, fighting these demonic forces, air quote, and doesn't work at all. Does not do anything. Luckily, Mob is able to handle this pretty easily with very little effort. And he actually reduces his size more so than just kind of obliterating him, just to see what is up with him, like what's going on in the actual tunnel. And they learn that there's actually a bigger demon that's actually ordering all the other smaller demons and spirits to actually go fight all these creatures and stuff like that. And Mob is eaten by this creature, but actually Mob, as crazy as this picture looks like, oh my god, this picture's so weird looking at this. It's like a negative picture. He's able to destroy him from inside using all of his powers. Mob is essentially Saitama. If you haven't guys known that yet, One Punch Man and Saitama and Mob, same thing, because essentially they are made by the same guy. And honestly, that's one of my issues with the show though, is, see, One Punch Man was made by Madhouse. That looks awesome. This, I forget who made this, I'll be honest with you, and it's very colorful. I think that's one thing all my friends were saying, and I agreed with that wholeheartedly. It's got a lot of colors. It's beautiful to look at color-wise. It just is not my favorite animation style. I don't really per se like it too much, to be honest with you. But does that mean I hate the show? No, it looks really entertaining. I didn't mind the first episode. I wish it was kind of done a little differently here and there, but the kind of craziness again is going to make this very hard for me to review every episode wise. So I really need to see in your comments below if you actually enjoy this, if you want me to keep doing episodic reviews. Otherwise, expect this to be the first only review of this, and then of course the actual last episode if I actually get around to watching the whole series. I'm not saying I'm gonna drop the show, it's just I might put this on the back burner and watch other stuff instead. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Have a great night, everyone. Bye bye.